Archangel Michael says, the silence you felt from someone close is not a coincidence, it's a shield they've been using to protect you. But now, the weight is becoming unbearable. This person is in danger, and though they desperately want to speak, fear has stolen their voice. There's something dark surrounding their energy, something they thought they could handle alone. But every day, it grows stronger. And the more they try to hide it, the more it eats away at their spirit. They've rehearsed what to say to you so many times, but every time they try, they freeze. Not because they don't trust you, but because they fear the consequences of revealing the truth. There's more happening behind their eyes than they dare let anyone see. Archangel Michael says, you may have noticed subtle changes, the way they hesitate, the way their smile feels forced, the way they avoid deep conversations. These are not random, they are quiet cries for help from a heart that's trapped. Type Amen to get blessing 333. They've started pulling away. Not because they've stopped loving you, but because they don't want to become your burden. The very thought of causing you pain keeps them silent. They think they're protecting you by hiding the danger. But the truth is, your spirit already senses the disturbance. You felt the shift, even if you couldn't explain it. They are walking on a tightrope between survival and surrender. And each step gets harder. Every time your name lights up their screen, they want to reach out, but fear pulls their fingers back. You are their safe space. But the danger they're facing is powerful enough to convince them that even your love may not save them. That is the kind of fear they're battling in silence. Type Amen to get blessing 444. They cry when no one's watching. In the middle of the night, curled up under their blanket, whispering your name like a lifeline. You might not hear them, but heaven does. There's a person near them causing harm, mentally, emotionally, or spiritually. And they are afraid to speak out, afraid of what might happen if the truth is exposed. They've seen signs of darkness manifest around them, broken things, haunting energy, repeated accidents. And they're beginning to realize that this danger may be more than just physical, it may be spiritual. Archangel Michael says, divine forces are now moving in. Because your soul is being called to notice what's not being said. Their silence is not rejection, it is fear in its rawest form. Type Amen to get blessing 555. You've probably felt it too, random moments of heaviness, sudden anxiety, waking in the night with their name in your mind. These are not coincidences. This is a soul signal. They want to tell you everything, but something, or someone, is watching. They fear retaliation. They fear that if they open up, it will make the danger real. They have been gaslighted, manipulated, maybe even threatened. And though they know you'd protect them, they fear the damage it might cause to you. So instead, they carry it alone. They smile through the ache. They show up pretending to be whole while everything inside them is breaking. Type Amen to get blessing 616. Archangel Michael says, you are being positioned to notice what others cannot. Because your love isn't ordinary, it's divinely connected. And that connection is now your signal. This person may be in the grip of someone controlling, someone who has power over their safety, their choices, or their freedom. It may be a partner, a boss, a relative, or something more sinister. They are afraid of being dismissed. Afraid of not being believed. But more than anything, they are afraid that revealing the danger will pull you into the fire too. You've always wondered why they flinch at affection lately. Why their messages seem more shallow. Why they delay meeting, ignore calls, or give vague responses. It's because they're masking a storm. Type Amen to get blessing 777. They don't want you to see the bruises on their soul. But the truth is bleeding through their actions. Every deflection is a sign. Every pause is a wound. They are in danger. And you were chosen to feel it before hearing it. That's why your heart won't rest. That's why your energy stays unsettled. They may be involved in something they never meant to step into. It may have started small, but now it has spiraled into something darker. Something they fear has no exit. Archangel Michael says, your presence in their life is not random. You were divinely placed to be the light in their hour of shadow. And now, your spirit is needed more than ever. Type Amen to get blessing 818. Start observing. Their favorite words have changed. The way they speak about the future has shifted. Their laughter has become quieter, like it's hiding something. They scroll through your photos late at night, wishing they could press send and tell you everything. But the fear chokes them. The guilt overwhelms them. And so they remain quiet. They've almost texted you the truth. They've typed long messages, then erased them. They're torn between saving themselves and not wanting you to suffer with them. They are afraid. But they are still holding on. Because even though they feel trapped, your love is the only anchor they still trust. Type Amen to get blessing 474. They've started keeping things from others. But you're different. You are the one person they wish could see past their mask. And you're starting to. They may even push you away, but that push is a test. It's a cry for someone to stay despite the confusion. Someone to see what they're too afraid to say. There's a moment coming soon when they will break. The pain will spill out. And when that moment comes, Archangel Michael says, you must be ready, not with questions, but with warmth. They won't need judgment. They won't need pity. They will need the version of you that loves unconditionally. The version that already knows and doesn't walk away. Type Amen to get blessing 292. Heaven is watching this situation closely. Angels have been dispatched. You may feel their presence as tingles, temperature shifts, or sudden emotional waves. This person is not bad, they are trapped. They need help, but they don't know how to ask. Their soul is suffocating, and only love can reopen their lungs. You felt called to check in lately, to say, I'm here, without knowing why. That's not intuition. That's divine instruction. Listen to it. Follow it. Archangel Michael says, this person's safety is tied to your courage. You may not be their rescuer, but you are their reminder that they are not alone in the dark. Type Amen to get blessing 383. They've been holding back tears in public places, forcing smiles when their heart is trembling inside. You'd never know from the surface, but their soul is screaming for help behind every casual word. They're hoping someone, you, will look just a little bit deeper. They sit in crowded rooms but feel completely alone. Even among friends or family, they wear a silent mask of control. No one notices. But your spirit does. You felt the shift like a cold breeze on a sunny day. They replay your conversations, wondering how much you already suspect. They wonder if you've read between the lines. And deep inside, they're praying you will come to them, not with demands, but with comfort. Archangel Michael says, your presence carries divine timing. You are not just someone they care about, you are the one chosen to notice what others ignore. Because the danger they're facing has grown too large for one soul to bear. Type Amen to get blessing 828. The danger may not be physical alone, it could be emotional abuse, financial entrapment, spiritual manipulation, or all at once. They've been caught in a web spun slowly, and now they feel stuck without a way out. They are afraid that if they speak, the consequences will explode. They've been silenced before, maybe even threatened. Their past holds wounds from times they tried to speak up and weren't believed. That fear has built walls around their voice. But the weight of it all is pressing harder by the day. They're losing energy, struggling to focus, and fading into the background of their own life. You've likely felt their pull away. Their replies have gotten shorter. Their energy feels different. But Archangel Michael says it's not rejection, it's silent suffering. And your love is the only voice that can reach through it. Type Amen to get blessing 838. They want to tell you about the person who's hurting them. About the trap they walked into. But every time they try, their chest tightens and they go quiet. They fear exposure. They fear being called dramatic. They fear retaliation. Yet, they look at your photo and whisper your name with hope. Your energy gives them a few more minutes of courage each day. They don't know how to ask for rescue. But they're hoping you'll see the storm in their eyes. They may try to cover it up. With humor, distraction, or avoidance. But their soul is unraveling. Their heart is calling out louder and louder. Archangel Michael says, you are being nudged constantly by spirit. Those sudden urges to message them. That feeling in your chest when you think of them. That's not random, that's divine communication. Type Amen to get blessing 474. They've had moments where they almost told you the whole truth. They opened your chat, typed it all out, but then deleted it. The fear outweighed the desperation. But every day that passes, the pain gets louder. And their ability to hide it weakens. One day very soon, they won't be able to hold it in anymore. You will notice it in their voice. It'll crack where it used to be strong. Their hands will tremble. Their words will fumble. That's your moment, your sign to gently say, you're not alone. Because they aren't waiting for a hero. They're waiting for a witness. Someone who can look them in the eyes and still see hope, not shame. Type Amen to get blessing 929. They worry that telling you will make you leave. They don't want to be too much. But what they don't realize is that your soul already carries space for their burden. You were chosen to hold it gently. There may be a toxic influence surrounding them. Someone manipulative, someone draining, someone dangerous. And they've been dancing around landmines just to make it through the day. They need an anchor. And you are that anchor. Not with loud demands or confrontations, but with steady, patient presence. With warmth that melts fear and safety that breathes life. Archangel Michael says, this person is one step away from breaking their silence. And you will be the only one they trust when that moment comes. Be ready with light, not judgment. Type Amen to get blessing 1111. Their soul chose you long before this life began. They knew there would come a time when their strength would fail and they'd need someone to remind them of who they are. That person is you. You were born with an intuitive heart for a reason. You feel more deeply. You sense more quickly. And now all of that divine sensitivity is being activated for this moment. They may not say, "Help me," but their silence says it all. Their distance is the signal. Their trembling energy is the alarm. When they break, they won't need answers, they'll need presence. Archangel Michael says your ability to remain calm in the chaos will save them from the darkness closing in. Type Amen to get blessing 383. They have tried rituals, meditation, even silent prayers, but fear keeps blocking the flow. You are the missing piece in their healing. Your presence is the spiritual key. Their dreams have grown darker. Their nights are longer. And their inner voice, once so strong, is barely whispering now. But one thing it still says is your name. They might call you soon, at an odd hour. Or send a message that sounds off. Don't ignore it. That's the moment the dam begins to crack. That's the moment heaven has prepared you for. This isn't about rescuing them. It's about walking beside them until they can stand again. That is the divine assignment. That is why your name lives inside their prayers. Type Amen to get blessing 505. Archangel Michael says, they are covered in spiritual protection, but you are the vessel through which that protection will speak. Your love is a sword that cuts through silence. You've already been feeling their pain. You've been dreaming strange dreams. You've heard your name called when no one was around. You've felt emotional for no reason. That's because your spirit is tethered to theirs. You are being awakened now, not to fear, but to act. To observe more closely. To listen between the lines. To show up when everyone else pulls away. Soon, they will whisper, "I need to tell you something," and you must not interrupt. You must hold that sacred space as the truth comes pouring out. That moment is their release. Type Amen to get blessing 292. They won't need you to fix everything. they'll just need you to believe them. To not question, to not doubt. Just to nod, to breathe, and to stay. Your eyes will be the mirror that tells them, you are not broken. Your silence will be the blanket that says, you are safe now. Your patience will be the ladder that helps them climb out of that dark hole. Their healing starts the moment they realize you saw the danger before they ever confessed it. You felt it in your soul. And you stayed. Archangel Michael says, someone you love is in danger, but divine protection has chosen you to break the silence, to hold the hand, and to light the way home. Type Amen to get blessing 484. They almost told you yesterday. Their lips parted. Their eyes welled up. But the moment passed, and they shrank back into their fear. The weight of the secret crushed the courage they'd built all day long. They looked at you with so much emotion, but said so little. Because danger has a way of stealing a person's voice. And they are trapped between wanting to protect themselves and not wanting to scare you. But their heart is cracking. Their soul can't take much more. And soon, very soon, their tears will carry the truth they've been hiding in silence. Archangel Michael says, they don't need 1,000 words, they need one hug, one look, one breath of safety. And that's what your spirit has always carried. Type Amen to get blessing 3333. They've been having breakdowns behind locked doors. They smile in public, but collapse in the shower. They clean up their tears before you see them, but the pain always returns after you leave. They're trying to fight a battle they never trained for. And though they're losing strength, they keep pretending they're fine. But their soul is begging you to look closer, because the danger they face is real. They scroll through your old messages at night just to feel like someone still cares. Your kindness, your laughter, your love, it's the only thing keeping them grounded. They are on the edge. Not the edge of giving up, but the edge of telling the truth. And when they do, your response will decide how deep their healing goes. Type Amen to get blessing 4144. They remember the times you were gentle with their brokenness. That's why you're the one they want to open up to. But fear has chained their mouth shut, because the danger is closer than you realize. Someone around them, someone you may not even suspect, is the source of their suffering. They're scared that speaking up will cause backlash, will lead to threats, or worse, will pull you into harm's way too. They're not silent because they don't trust you. They're silent because they love you. Because they don't want to see you hurt by their truth. Archangel Michael says, this is not just about danger, it's about deliverance. You were placed in their life to walk them out of the shadows and into the light. Type Amen to get blessing 5151. You may feel chills when you think about them. Or pressure in your chest when they text you. These aren't coincidences. They're spiritual alarms, heaven trying to tell you, something is not okay. They've been manipulated so deeply, they question their own thoughts. They wonder if they're overreacting. They wonder if anyone would believe them. But deep down, they still hope that you will. There will be a moment soon, maybe in person, maybe through a message, where they say something subtle like, I don't feel safe lately. Don't ignore it. That's their soul testing if it's time to speak the whole truth. Archangel Michael says, you will be their first step to freedom. Not because you save them, but because you remind them that they're worthy of being saved. Type Amen to get blessing 6262. They may start crying during a random conversation. Or go completely silent after laughing. Their mood shifts aren't mood swings, they're emotional earthquakes beneath the surface. This danger may be draining their finances, controlling their movements, or silencing their expression. They are losing pieces of themselves every day just to survive. And yet, they think of you. You are their anchor, their hope, their light. Even if you haven't spoken in days, they carry you in their spirit like armor. They remember the way you once said, "I'm here for you." That line lives in their memory like a lifeline. And soon, they will reach out to grab it with both hands. Type Amen to get blessing 7373. Archangel Michael says, this is not a coincidence. It is a divine crisis. You were chosen not to panic, but to perceive. And your soul has already started answering the call. This person may show up suddenly, needing to talk. Don't push. Don't demand. Just be. Your presence will unlock their truth more than any questions ever could. You might be the only one they trust. And with that trust, heaven is delivering you an assignment: be the stillness that their chaos cannot touch. Their tears will come like rivers. Let them. It's not weakness, it's release. It's how the danger begins to lose its grip. Type Amen to get blessing 8484. You'll feel when the time is right. You'll hear their breath change. You'll see their walls crack. And that's when you'll speak, not with pressure, but with peace. Tell them, you're safe now. Tell them, whatever it is, you don't have to carry it alone. Say less, feel more. Let your soul speak louder than your words. Because the danger may have made them forget who they are. But your love will help them remember. Archangel Michael says, someone you love is in danger, but your light is stronger than their darkness. And when you show up, not even fear can stay. Type Amen to get blessing 9494. This isn't just about them. It's about you too. You're growing into the role of protector, spiritual support, and emotional guide. Heaven is training you for this moment. You are being activated as a guardian. A light bearer. A silent warrior. And you don't need armor, because your presence is the protection. Soon, the veil will lift. The truth will be spoken. And your love will be the beginning of their recovery. The fear will not win. The danger will not last. Because where truth is welcomed, darkness cannot stay. And you, chosen one, are the doorway to that truth. Type Amen to get blessing 11111.